We have a treat. This is the Klein Tripsaver. This is actually made in the USA. This is a dinosaur multi-tool made since the 1980s, and it's actually still sold today. So you can actually tonight go on Home Depot's website, I believe Amazon, and then you can even get a different branding with slightly different tools off Utica's website. And these sell for, on the Utica Cutlery website, they sell for $69.87. On Home Depot, these sell, the Klein version, sell for $80 some, around $85. So this was one of the Leatherman PST's first competitors, actually. Now, the Klein version that we're looking at tonight is geared more toward electricians, contractors, construction workers, and so forth. But let's go ahead and look at the sheath. So this is just more of a normal belt sheath, and then it is extra long because you've got a about 6-inch long multi-tool that does not collapse. So you need about 2 extra inches in the pouch to accommodate that. And then right here is actually for your bit kit. Now you get 4 screwdriver bits and then an adapter for 1/4-inch sockets. So you've got the 2 flat bits, the 2 Phillips, and then we can put that away like so. And in the bottom of this one handle, you have the bit driver. So I've actually got another bit right here just to demonstrate. And so you've got this bit driver like so. Let's go ahead and grab this wood right here, this piece of wood, and check this out. So it actually works pretty good, about as good as all the other multi-tools, and it's actually not as hard as I would think. So this is similar to the Leatherman's Crunch, to the Leatherman Crunch. It's just you don't have to take out the screw for the slip joint pliers. So with this one, you just snap it right in, and it works like so. Now, the one advantage of this is these are fairly slim handles. They're just a little bit over 1 inch, and then at the width on the side, they're about 1/2 inch, and then these are just under 6 inches, so about 5 3/4 inches long. Now, again, these were made around the 1980s, and they still have a lot of sort of that premium old-fashioned feel. It feels like a chunk of metal, but it actually isn't extremely heavy, but it definitely feels durable. If you want a multi-tool that you feel like you're not going to break, this feels fairly indestructible. Now, how this is made, it looks like, is they have a solid handle and then a solid piece here, and then they connect it in the middle. So it looks like that's how that's designed. You can sort of see that right there. We do have the wire cutters as well, and we do have a fairly nice gap here, so, or purchase to get on pipes and so forth. So for instance, this is the Leatherman Wave, and so you can see these jaws open slightly larger than the Leatherman Wave, so these may be fairly similar to some of Leatherman's larger tools, the Surge and the 300. I haven't tried it against mine yet. Now let's jump to the ruler. This is always the tool that I sort of forget, but that may be important to some people. I do like how it's more like stamped on the side. And then on the inside of the tool, we have a surprisingly competent tool set. So here is the knife, and these actually do lock when you hold the handles in place. So there's a notch, and that prevents the tool. Now, there is a little bit of play because, you know, you're trusting this notch to hold everything there, but it's still not a huge amount of play. The knife blade will be right about 2.5 inches long, so it's not extremely large, but it may comply with some knife laws that other multi-tools do not. Now the file, I really like what they've done with this, and this is the only, there are many different renames of this. So for instance, you can get a multi-tool that looks just like this under Multi-Master, under Utica, under, I think Proto might there might be a renamed one called Proto. Matthews Archery, Caterpillar, Winchester. Oh, it's the Stanley Proto. The Browning, and then the Multi-Master. So a whole different host, and I think some have unique blades and so forth, but most of them have a very similar tool set. I think one has the 1/4-inch socket adapter sort of permanently attached on the outside, and it's more of a mechanics. I think that may be the Caterpillar one, actually, more geared toward heavy machinery mechanics. All right, so we have this file, and then we do have the wire stripping blade because it's a Klein on the side. We've got the file in the front and the back, and then we have actually a chisel on the end. So I really like that combo tool. It actually works out pretty good. Now, right here we have a saw. I did try that on wood, and it doesn't seem to work very good. I think this might be more like a PVC saw. It's not extremely great, you know, on wood, but you do have it there. And then we have the serrated knife as well. Then the last tool we have is the awl. So if this is very important to you, this is a wicked looking awl right there. It looks very dangerous. And this is the tool that in a lot of these is a bottle opener and a can opener. So they substituted the awl for this. Again, because this is a Klein, more for the trades, they put an awl in there as well. So overall, I'm actually fairly happy with this multi-tool. I was on the fence for a while, and I thought, it's so ancient, chunky looking, but it actually does have some charm. It actually functions, and I feel like that's a really good thing about it. There's not a huge amount of moving parts. There's not spring-assisted blades. And so if you wanted something in the dirt and the grime, I think this might be one that I would pick. This is a very tough-looking, down-to-earth, no-nonsense multi-tool. And that might be the biggest reason why maybe still after 30 years, 40 years, it's not a bad idea to pick one of these up before they disappear altogether. The Klein multi-tool might still be worth it today. USA made tool. See you in the next video.